Good evening, Golden Bear Nation. We're coming to you live from Findlay High School for the district semifinal between your Bryan High School Golden Bears and the Ottawa-Glandorf Titans. This is Mark Rairigh, and I'm joined here by senior Carter Luce. Carter, it's a beautiful night for soccer, isn't it?
It is. These are one of the nights you live for. Under the lights, it's a little nippy outside, but with the wind coming in, it's going to be a challenge both teams have to overcome.
You know, I don't think we'd want it any other way here in Northwest Ohio. When you walk outside and you numb up within 10 seconds,
yep,
it's postseason weather. So here we are ready to rock and roll and have some fun. So tournament season, it's upon us. It's the best time of year. It's what you strive for in the off season. It's what all the blood, sweat, and tears boils down to. It's win or go home. So you want to leave it all on the field. So here we are advancing into the district semis. And at this beautiful facility here in Findlay, we've got a tough opponent ahead of us.
Yes, we do.
Those Ottawa-Glandorf Titans are just I would say a dynasty at this point in time here in Northwest Ohio and just really in the state. As we go into today to take a look at Ottawa-Glandorf and our opponent, let's just break down some of where they've been this season and maybe here in the last few years and just kind of stack up what we're up against here. So they're coached by head coach Michelle Mag. This is her 5th season, and her record over the last 4 years is 83-9-2, and that is highlighted by the fact that they have gone to 4 straight title games. So they have come up short in 21, 22, 23, and 24. They continue on their quest here in 25 to make it back to that state title game. But they've got the Golden Bears in their way tonight. And this is a matchup that the Golden Bears and Coach McQuillan really got to be looking forward to, because if you go back 1 year ago, we were in this exact setting in the district semis, and we battled OG. Unfortunately, came up on the short end of the stick and lost 1-0 in the district semis. But Coach McQuillan and the girls are feeling confident, and you know that's something that sticks in the back of your mind through your off-season workouts, whether you're playing for another club in the off-season to get more reps, or even as you're playing your other sports. You always have that competitive mentality, and it all comes down to a game like this. So, I mean, from a player's perspective, Carter, this has got to be a phenomenal opportunity before us.
Yeah, especially I remember last year we played St. Mary's in just the regular season, and the year before they ended our season on a 1-0 goal in the last couple minutes of the game. And just coming into that game, it's almost a revenge game. And these girls, the Bryan girls, have a special opportunity here to take it to them in the same opportunity they had last year and really make a mark.
Well, we're going to break down our Bryan Golden Bears when we turn back, but this is your Bryan Athletic Boosters pregame show, and we're going to take our first time out and come back with more after this.
Discover top-quality healthcare education at Northwest State. Our instructors have real-world experience, so they know how to prepare you for great career opportunities. Northwest State, where you'll get the top-quality healthcare education you need to succeed.
This community is more than a place. It's where we celebrate victories and where we lean on one another in times of loss. At Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, we're proud to be rooted here, serving with care and compassion when it matters most. Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, family-owned, family-focused.
The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
And welcome back here to Findlay High School for our Bryan Athletic Boosters pregame show here between the Bryan Golden Bears and the Ottawa-Glandorf Titans in this district semifinal matchup. Before we went to break, we were talking a little bit about our opponent, the Ottawa-Glandorf Titans, and just the level of play that we're up against tonight. But let's take a look at our Bryan Golden Bears, who have had a very successful season. So our league champs, our Lady Bryan Golden Bears, finished 6-0 in the league with a 13-3-1 overall record. And that also showed here as we look at our league breakdown. We recently were able to receive our all-league honors, and just, I mean, the talent level, from from every position on the field, from your upperclassmen to your underclassmen, it's phenomenal. But let's just start, I guess, work our way from the goalie on up, Carter, here. So Miley Vollmer, senior leader, she received goalkeeper of the year in the NWAL. I know you know her very well, and I guess the attributes that she brings to a game like this, and her experience and her ability to anticipate. That's got to be very comforting for the rest of the team.
It is. Having that base behind you and having that senior leader captain behind you it's a huge confidence builder, especially for the defense who can trust their goalie and knows that she's going to make the saves in the most crucial moments of the game.
Absolutely. And then as we look at the rest of the Golden Bears, let's just go through the anticipated starting lineup tonight. We're going to have Carly McDade, Brianna Richmond, Brianna Winsler, and Cassidy Deach starting on defense. And then up in front of them, Coach McClellan likes to play somewhat of a 4-2-1-3 formation. So in front of them, you'll have Piper Hanna and Avery Ann Fisher. And then rounding out in the one spot, which, correct me if I'm wrong, would that be similar to like a six spot in a formation?
Yeah, yep.
Okay, so then you have Amaya Langham there, I guess holding it down in the middle of the field. And then on the offensive tack, we're looking at Trinity Boffman, Emma Slagle, and Josie Arnold. So, again, athleticism through and through. You have a lot of experience. You have a variety of upperclassmen and underclassmen. And, you know, that bodes well in a game like this when you are faced with a team who has their sights set on what feels like state or bust for Ottawa-Glandorf. So take me through, I guess, experience, comfort, and how you rely on those upperclassmen for leadership.
So especially as those freshmen come in, Carly McDade starting on the back line, she's got a good experience back line with her. So she just needs to have the confidence in herself to trust those other defenders that they're going to have her back. But having all these upperclassmen and experienced players in front of them is going to let the defense kind of play their game more and get the ball up to them and kind of let them have their heyday, let them enjoy the game, and let them score a lot of goals.
Well, and speaking of goals, some keys to the game here for us. You know, if you look at what we need to do to limit the offensive attack by OG, because OG just if you look at Carson Erford, I mean, she comes into tonight's game with 25 goals and 3 assists.
Yeah.
So they know how to put points on the board.
Yes, they do.
So I would say, if we break down our keys to the game, first and foremost, we've got to learn how to shut down Erford. Her ability to control the game, her ability to find speed and space, it's going to be something that we have to always keep at the forefront of our thoughts as we're navigating throughout each possession. But then I would say, we're a gritty team. We're athletic through and through. We're confident. We're scrappy. We have a wealth of athletic prowess that it's hard to keep up with. It's hard to match up with. So I would say we got to use that to our advantage. We got to find a way to attack from the outside and use our speed on the edge to make those plays happen. And in the end, in a game like this, the last key to the game is you got to find a way. You got to play with your heart. You got to find a will to win, and you just got to. When you coach, you always preach the best plays to make a play. You want an athlete, you want a leader to step up, and you want them to find a way to make that play and make something happen here. And I think from the Golden Bears standpoint, we can do that, and we can have some great attacks, and we can have some great control of the ball. But in the end, it's just going to come down to heart and your ability to make that play when your number's called. So I think with that, we are about 2 minutes away from kickoff here. So I think we're going to just wrap up here before we get into kickoff with some keys to the game for OG. OG is going to come out, and they're going to look to limit our possessions. They are going to look to control the ball. They're going to look to what I call tilt the field. They're going to try to keep that offensive possession and find ways to wear us down and just through good passing and good speed and space to make that happen. But that's where our defense is going to have to just step up and find a way to get our feet on that ball. They are a multi-dimensional team. They're in attack mode all the time, as we just noted a little bit ago. They can put points on the board and they can put them up quickly. So we've got to limit that attack, and they're going to communicate. their communication with their upperclassmen, with their leadership, and their experience in a game of this magnitude is something that we're going to have to match. So we're going to have to really talk and look who's matching up with the ball, who's matching up on spots, and keep them at bay with limiting that experience. So we got a good one ahead of us. We're just under a minute away from kickoff. And we're going to go through some of today's sponsors. My apologies. Today's sponsors for this game that we have coming up here. Tonight's game is brought to you by, obviously, our pregame brought to you by the Bryan Athletic Boosters, but the Bryan Parks and Recreation, Northwest State Community College, Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, and the Veteran Services of Williams County. So, again, we're looking forward to a good one down here at Findlay High School, and we'll be back in action in just a few moments.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan built.
Here in Williams County, we believe that no veteran should feel forgotten. Our Veteran Service Office is here to serve, helping with VA claims, pensions, healthcare enrollment, and so much more. We're veterans serving veterans with dignity, honor, and respect. Reach out to us today to see how we can help, because the only veteran we can assist is the one that doesn't contact us.
From the first whistle to the final buzzer, life is filled with moments that shape us. Moments of victory, of challenge, of community. At Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, we're honored to stand by families through every season of life. Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Family owned, family focused.
All right, welcome back here to Findlay High School for the Division IV district semifinal between your Bryan Golden Bears and the Ottawa-Glandorf Titans. This Bryan Athletic Boosters pregame show. We just went through keys of the game here as we get ready for kickoff. We're just a few moments away. But those keys of the game brought to you by the Carlin Company Realty and Auctioneers, which has been your hometown real estate company for over 45 years. They've consistently remained #1 in Williams County and the surrounding area since 2007. Call them for all of your real estate needs. Also, the Tri-State Vision Center, who has been serving the area since 1977. Contact either the Bryan or Montpelier offices for all of your eye care needs. So thank you to our sponsors for those keys of the game that we went through just a few moments ago. And we're getting ready to have the officials take the field. Tonight's officials are Kyle Burkholder, Scott Sanderson, and Nicholas Rairigh. So as I look across the field, it looks like they're dressed in shorts, which is not indicative of the weather out here, Carter. Carter, as he sits to my left, is also in shorts himself, but it is a chilly, blustery, cold, I would call it, evening here tonight in Findlay. The temperature right now is reading 49 degrees, but I would say the feels like has got to be in the low 40s, if not upper 30s. It's cloudy. We have had some passing sprinkles here and there, but nothing of substantial rain. And that wind, as we noted, is strong with a consistent wind speed of about 20 miles per hour out of the west-southwest. So that could play a factor in tonight's game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, depending on how the wind changes and if it changes which side it's on, one team could have a huge advantage on playing long balls through. Some of the balls are going to float. Some of the balls are just going to keep going. And especially with Bryan's very, very quick attack, having that wind at their back will help them a lot.
Well, we're going to get to tonight's starting lineups as the players begin to take the field. So the starting lineups.
Beginning with the Golden Bears of Bryan High School.
We'll begin with the Bryan Golden Bears starting lineup. In goal, we have Miley Vollmer. And on the defensive side, we have Carly McDade, Brianna Richmond, Brianna Winsler, and Cassidy Deach. Also playing midfield, we have Piper Hanna and Avery Ann Fisher, along with Amaya Langham. And then out on the attack, we have Trinity Boffman, Emma Slagle, and Josie Arnold. So that's your Bryan Golden Bears starting lineup for tonight. And then we'll switch gears here in just a few moments and take a look at the starting lineup for your Ottawa-Glandorf Titans.
Number 6, a junior, Cassidy Dietz. Number 8, a sophomore, Bree Winsler. Number 9, a junior, Piper Hanna. Number 11, a sophomore, Bree Richmond.
Sounds good.
Number 14, a senior, Josie Arnold. Number 15, a sophomore, Avery Ann Fisher. Number 16, a freshman, Carly McDade. Number 18, a sophomore, Trinity Bauman. Number 19, a sophomore, Emma Slagle. And in goal tonight for the Golden Bears, number 0, a senior, Miley Fulmer. Golden Bears are coached by Danielle McQuillan and Delaney Baldress.
Will they have their first names or just their last?
And now we will meet the Titans of Ottawa-Glandorf High School. First, the reserves. Starting off, number 3, a senior, Lola Kuhlman. Number 5, a sophomore, Delaney Frucci.
I might just talk
Number
about
9,
a few
a
highlights
freshman,
from
Macy
some of their
Ellerbrock.
key players.
Number 10, a freshman, Macy Mag. Number 12, a freshman, Jillian Croy.
All right, so at this time we got the starting lineups for the St. Mary's. I'm sorry, St. Mary's was the game before us. Jeepers. For the Ottawa-Glandorf Titans, they're up there right now and taking the field. But just we were talking about some of the key players for St. Mary's here tonight. One of them, Carson Efford, who has 25 goals on the season, along with 3 assists. Another key individual for Ottawa-Glandorf is Delaney Dooling, who has 11 goals and 12 assists. They also have Liv Grothaus, who has 5 goals on the season and 11 assists, which is highly impressive. And then Emma Herringhaus comes into tonight's game with 6 goals and 8 assists. So as we were talking a little bit ago, they have the ability to put points on the board and put them up quickly. So we're going to have to make sure that we know where those players are at on the field at all times.
Number 6, the senior, Delaney.
So with that, we're just a few moments away here from the national anthem and getting this game underway.
Number 8, a junior, Emma Herringhaus. Number 11, a junior, Elena Klass. Number 14,
The national anthem, as we approach that here in just a few moments, is sponsored by the Veteran Services of Williams County. And as we get to the first touch tonight, once we get play underway, tonight's first touch is brought to you by Bryan Ford of Lincoln, where good values mean a great deal. Sign up for your football kickoff contest where you could win $100. Visit Bryan Ford at 920 North Main Street or register at bryansports.com. All right, so there's your national anthem, again sponsored by the Veteran Services of Williams County. And Carter Luce sitting to my left, Mark Rairigh here with play-by-play. And we're just about to get underway with our Division IV district semi between your Bryan Lady Golden Bears and the Ottawa-Glandorf Titans. And You know, soccer is a weird game. Soccer is a sport where it can have a lot of effort with little reward at times.
Yes.
And as we look out here in front of us, we're playing on turf. And, you know, we found ourselves playing on turf more and more over the course of time with the addition of turf here to our home facilities. You know, more and more games have been playing on the turf. But take me through in a game like this with a team that has speed, a team that has experience. How does this turf field play a factor in tonight's game?
Honestly, for the Bryan girls, they've practiced on turf quite a bit. I know this week, and especially last week, coming into the tournament game and playing their last game on turf. The turf honestly seems to help them a little bit, play to their quicker style, to their fast and direct and demanding attack. So playing on turf tonight will probably help the girls. But you got to be prepared for the attackers coming at you for anything, especially with the turf, because if it's wet at all, it's going to slip. If it's windy, it's just going to roll like tonight.
We're underway here at Findlay High School. We have our Bryan Golden Bears. They're working from our right to left. You have your Ottawa-Glandorf Titans working from our left to right. And you can already see this game is going to be physical. Right from the get-go here, you have high intensity. You have speed on both sides of the ball. And it's going to come down to, with that physicality, you just got to learn to control the tempo and control and play your game. Stay within yourself. So we've got ball right now is being worked back towards midfield by Bryan. Trip up there on the outside, on the edge. Ball definitely went out of bounds, but do we have any call?
Looks like it's going to be a free kick.
Looks like it is a free kick. That is a deep free kick. So Bryan setting up in their defense here to have their matchups and markups. The Golden Bears right now looking to get control of this ball. We're settling in on defense. Ottawa-Glandorf is finding ways to continue to pass the ball and get it out to the edge. They center it. Ball's in the goalie box. Great defensive effort there. Deep shot from just outside the goalie box. High, but thank goodness goes over the crossbar to keep this game tied up at 0 here early in the first half with just over a minute and a half into the game. So Bryan will take a goal kick here.
And these Ottawa-Glandorf girls are quick. They're aggressive. They're stepping to the ball hard and winning everything they can, which is so important in tournament play. Their hesitation cannot be.
Ottawa-Glandorf with their second and third shots on goal. Land one in here just 2 minutes and 2 seconds into the game to take a 1-0 lead off of a rebound goal. You know, Carter, these shots on goals, they're fast and they're aggressive. And it's going to present challenges if, as we go throughout the remainder of this game, if they continue to attack that quickly and that ferociously.
Last week when the girls played Otsego, I think 2 or 3 of their goals came from pressuring the goalie after a shot, and that's exactly what Ottawa-Glandorf did there. They had a shot from wide out that was parried away, and OG jumped on it quick to put it in the back of the net.
Yeah, I think we're going to see here OG's game plan in these first 2 or 3 minutes is obviously attack and attack fast.
Yes.
And I know our defense has the ability to make those adjustments. Coach McQuillan and her staff will see what they can do to match up with that type of game plan that OG has brought out here. But right now, it's tough mentally to go down 1-0 right away. But at the same time, we've only burned nearly 3 minutes off the clock at this point in time, so plenty of time to claw our way back. And it's good to see the ball now on our side of the field where we can have a little, hopefully, offensive work and work the clock a little bit, but also get into a position where we can get their defense second-guessing what we're doing, keep them back on their heels and move that ball around and have some control and get a hold of the tempo of the game. Because the tempo right now it's fast, and it's definitely going to be something that we're going to have to match and settle this game down.
As we said in the keys of the game, Ottawa-Glandorf's one of their main points was to limit Bryan's possession time, and
Glandorf again on
good
the
ball
on the
forward.
attack. We have 2 defenders. There's a slide tackle by the OG offense, bringing our Bryan defender down to the ground. Not able to see across the field who was taken out there. If you
Carly McDade.
Carly McDade went down hard. It appeared to be just a no call. Nope. Okay, they did call it. So
It looks like the assistant referee called offsides.
So we had an offsides call there on a very aggressive play as OG continues to attack. And they're getting wide outside now in the goalie box. Another shot on goal, but a great stop there by Miley to read that. And that's tough coming in at that speed. A little spin on it and the bounce off the turf. So good job there by Miley, not allowing that second goal to squeak through here for Ottawa-Glandorf early in this matchup.
And you know, with it being cold, any contact with the ball is going to hurt just a little bit more than it would on a normal day. So kudos to Miley for getting in front of that.
Ball goes out of bounds on the far side. Bryan throw in here. Clock at 35 minutes remaining here in the first half. Ottawa-Glandorf looking to attack again. Ball goes out of bounds. Again, far side of the field. Bryan throw in here. So the Bryan offense looking to gather some spacing here. We continue to work on the far side, and that ball, again, squeaks out of bounds as we're trying to gain possession and have some control here to work the ball hopefully in towards the middle and see if we can get an attack here and maybe a shot on goal. There's a long shot.
Cleared
from
out
well outside the box.
Cleared out well by the Ottawa-Glandorf defender.
So Bryan will throw the ball in here again. Bryan looking to control some offense here. Ottawa-Glandorf again defensively. When they get that ball, they look to attack and attack quick. So Miley coming out, making sure that ball gets cleared and allows us to hopefully reset here on offense as we work the ball again on the far side.
Good 1-2s up the sideline. Ottawa-Glandorf going up the far sideline.
Another attempted shot on goal there by OG. Sails out of bounds. That'll be good for a Bryan goal kick here. 33 minutes remaining here in the first half. Bryan looking to establish some type of possession. As we enter the ball in here, the OG defense will be quick to attack and allow their defense to then quickly become their offense. Ball being bounced around here midfield.
Ottawa-Glandorf's physicality is just beating the Bryan girls right now. The Bryan girls are going to have to match that if they even want a chance at a win here tonight.
Ball out towards midfield. Good touch there by Piper Hanna to
oh, quick attack by Ottawa-Glandorf. Up the near sideline. Ball crossed.
OG again doing a good job of crossing that ball from the outside, looking to get it into the center. They're looking to set up here in their offense, and they've established possession yet again. Good defense there by Bryan as we get a touch on the ball. Goes out of bounds off of Ottawa-Glandorf. That'll be a Bryan throw in here on the near side. Josie Arnold looking to maintain possession as OG centers the ball out just past midfield, shifting sides of the field from near side to far side. Bryan defense is matching up. Ball goes out of bounds. Far side.
Looks like a good 1-2 opportunity there, but I think the turf got the best of that pass, and it just got away from the Ottawa-Glandorf attacker.
OG again on the attack, setting up, cross the ball. Miley Vollmer able to get that ricochet up in the air. Way to go up in the air and grab that Miley. Miley clears the ball out to the far side, and Bryan looking to attack down the field. OG regains possession. Bryan defenders are there just out in front of the goalie box.
Bryan's intensity is a little down right now, and at this point you got to figure out how to pump him up before this gets out of hand. The ball's on the Ottawa-Glandorf attacking side a lot, and having the ball down there is going to put a lot of stress on your defenders, and they're going to get tired eventually throughout the course of the game. So you got to figure out a way to maintain some possession and give them a little bit of a break.
Bryan clears the ball across midfield. Ball goes out of bounds. Again on the far side. That'll be a Golden Bear throw-in with 30 minutes remaining here in the first half. Again, OG, about 2 minutes into the contest, was able to have a rebound goal that hit the back corner past Miley Vollmer to put them up 1-0 early in the contest. Bryan fighting to regain some offensive possession here, but Ottawa-Glandorf just continues to find a way when they steal the ball and regain that possession to just push the ball quickly down the field.
Ottawa-Glandorf's defense is doing a really good job of containing the Bryan defenders and being physical when needed to win that ball, which is so essential in these win-or-go-home games.
There was a good cross by Josie Arnold in the vicinity of Emma Slagle. Ball's now back out towards midfield.
Good physicality there from Richmond to make sure that ball did not go where the Ottawa-Glandorf attacker wanted it.
Bryan defense working over here with McDade looking to push the ball up. Ball goes out of bounds. That'll be OG throw-in. We're seeing our first substitution here of the game. OG subbing out number 2 Schroeder. And it looks like subbing into the contest is number 22, Elena Dooling. OG will get a free kick here. It is deep. On the kick. Number 11, that was
a great touch by the Ottawa-Glandorf attacker there.
Elena Class on the free kick. Ball finds its way into the middle of the goalie box. And again, another power kick by OG, who quickly puts another one on the board here early in the contest against our Golden Bears.
And like we said earlier, Ottawa-Glandorf attacks quick, and they know how to put goals in the back of the net. And they're demonstrating that now. Last 3 years, state runner-ups. So as we said earlier, they've kind of started a dynasty, and it's starting to show now.
You know, when the ball made its way into the goalie box there, you know, they were heavily packed. And
quick breakout attack here from Ottawa-Glandorf. Well defended by Winsler.
On that last goal, when they smell blood, they move quickly to make things happen and get that shot on goal. And it's a power kick. It doesn't give our goalie, Miley, much time to anticipate nor react.
Nope.
Out of bounds here on the near side. Piper Hannah with a throw-in. As we go back and play. Ball down in the corner. Again, Bryan throw-in here. Piper Hannah brings it in. And OG looking to shift the field again as they have a quick touch in the middle. And going down the sideline, ball fortunately goes out of bounds back in the Golden Bear direction.
It's a great idea for a 1-2 there. Again, I think the turf just got a little bit of a hold of that one, and it just kept rolling down the sideline.
Bryan here with some nice touches up the middle. Looking for some give and go action. Piper Hannah with a nice stop there. Looking to advance the ball down the field here. Piper continues to go with the ball. Finds Josie Arnold in the corner of the field. Josie just can't keep it in bounds. And it turns over to OG ball. Coming down the near sideline. McDade there looking to get a foot on it. Bryan controlling the ball on the far side. Staying outside, working back. Looking to get the ball to the middle. It does land in the middle with Piper Hannah. Piper chips it over to her right. We take a long shot on goal. That got up in the air, and the wind just did not allow that to have much of a chance to get either over the goalie's head or to have any speed built up as we battle some of these conditions here. Bryan with the ball again on the far side. Ricochets to the middle. OG centers it. OG controlling the ball at midfield, looking to set up their offense as we hustle back onto defense. Ball up the middle. Good defense there by Bryan to clear that ball. Josie Arnold with a header to keep things moving downfield. Looking to regain possession. Got a little back and forth action going here.
That ball's really getting caught up in the wind when it gets played in the air. I think the key to this game is definitely keeping the ball on the ground and controlling the roll of the turf.
Anything with spin on it up in the air is not going to go very far, or it's going to go in a different direction than what was originally anticipated, because that wind seems to be pretty consistent from our backs, basically I'd say basically our right to left. The Golden Bears looking for re-entry of the ball here as we have a substitution going off the field.
Good turn there by Piper Hannah.
Looks like Carly Green subbing off. And
there's a late hit there.
Bryan going to let this ball roll out of bounds. And we'll re-enter with the pass here to Piper Hannah. Piper looking to...
Good touch by Josie Arnold there.
Josie with a strong cross. Bounces back to the corner. OG clears. We're able to get an advancing kick to keep it on our offensive side. Again, good clear by OG. Ball goes out of bounds. We'll have a throw in here by Carly McDade. McDade looking to set up our offense. Crosses to center. We have Emma Slagle in the vicinity. An OG defender takes it from her.
It looks like Bryan's finding their footing a little bit.
Yeah, this has been a nice couple of minutes here of settling down, finding a way to keep possession, finding a way to remain composed, even if they do snag a pass or two from us, as OG clears back towards our goal with Miley Vollmer now having the ball in her hands.
She's going to get that one up into the slipstreams and let that one sail a little bit.
Yeah, she did give that one quite the boot, and it, again, clears the ball back to our offensive possession. It'd be nice here to set up, get a good touch, get a good few touches. We center
good
the ball
into the middle there.
Amaya was in the vicinity of that nice center. It just didn't have the opportunity to slow down enough for her to approach it. Ball now with Piper Hannah in the middle. Piper working with the footwork, trying to advance.
Piper deflected that one.
OG clears as the defense retreats. Looking to swap sides of the field here. We've been playing a lot on the near side. Now we're going over the far side. Again, looking to regain control with some offense here. Ball goes out of bounds off Bryan. That'll be OG throw in. Got 22 minutes and 36 seconds remaining here in the first half. OG with 2 early goals. First goal coming about 2 minutes into the contest. The second goal off a free kick and a quick bounce out off the kick. Again, 2 strong kicks. at Molly Vollmer in goal that just she did not have the opportunity to even set up nor anticipate with the speed and the power of each kick. So Bryan finds themselves trying to scratch and claw their way back from a 2-0 deficit here about midway through the first half. Bryan defense looks more composed, matching the speed and matching some of the offensive strategy here with the spacing and the passing of OG. We continue to do a better job of clearing the ball from defensive possession to offensive possession. We're doing a good job of trying to get to the outside and then work it to the middle. OG, again, just quick, finding touches. Every time we do a nice cross pass or have the opportunity to maybe set up a little something with some of our formations, they just seem to find a way to nick the ball, to clear it. Just like right here in the middle, we had a nice little potential opportunity, and they regain possession for just a short bit at midfield, but we take it right back, clear it up, looking for the opportunity to get on the outside. Ball sails out of bounds off OG. That'll be Bryan throwing. Again, McDade entering. Josie Arnold, Piper Hanna controlling right now. Back up left side, near side to Josie Arnold. Ball gets cleared by OG, and that'll be another throw in here for Bryan. Bryan looking to establish some spacing here. I know we're tucked back into the corner right now, and as we enter these balls and they keep getting cleared by OG, just trying to find a way to find the timing of a good pass, to advance that ball in the middle. We've had a few near opportunities with Emma Slagle and Trinity Boffman maybe able to get to that ball on the attack, but again, the OG defense just too quick here early in the first half to allow us to have any good opportunities for a shot at goal.
Yeah, being quick and physical in the defense is kind of the name of the game. And the OG girls are doing a really, really nice job of stepping to players, marking them up, and almost rerouting them to where they don't want to be. They're playing balls through, but the physicality of the OG girls is really starting to wear and tear on the Bryan attackers, and you can see them getting a little bit frustrated as they are holding a lot more of the possession now. But just the quickness and physicality of OG is starting to show on the Bryan girls.
You know, some of that probably comes down to experience. These girls have been in the state finals now for 4 straight years. They've seen nearly every situation that could be thrown at you in a high-stakes, high-level game, and they show they're composed. We have a free kick here from midfield. Again, OG on the attack. Miley steps up, keeps control of that ball as an OG attacker was trying to take advantage of that free kick opportunity and get another one on the board. But again, you can see the composure, you can see the confidence, you can see every aspect of their game is finding a way to get that ball to attack our defense. Even when they're on the defensive, they get the ball, and it is right now they're crossing midfield. Right now they're looking to advance the ball. Right now they're looking to make that next play with a nice cross there by Josie Arnold. Emma Slagle in the middle. Amaya Langham with a touch. Ball cleared again by OG, who's not fazed by an attack there. But that is a positive. As a coach, if you're Coach McQuillan right now, you've got to look at that opportunity as OG attacks here down the left side of the field. Takes a shot across. Miley steps up, makes the save. Avoids the possibility of OG getting the foot on the ball for another strong kick to keep this score here at 2-0 with 18 minutes to go in the first half. But back to our last possession. Down there offensively, we had a nice cross pass. Emma Slagle and Amaya Langham were there. That's encouraging as you still have a ton of soccer time ahead of you, that if you can find a way to pick apart their defense, all it takes is one shot on goal.
Yes,
we have to let one shot lead to two shots lead to 3, and it's your hopes that one of those finds a way in over the course of time. But OG flipped the field right now. OG looking to enter the ball here on the near side. Looks like we have 2 subs coming in for Ottawa-Glandorf with 17 minutes remaining here in the first half. And that's something we didn't talk about a whole lot pregame or during warm-ups. But Ottawa-Glandorf has depth. You know, they've subbed now a few girls in and out. They're not shy to give someone a rest and let them come out fresh and let the starting lineup come out fresh and be ready to make that next attack move. So they definitely have confidence in their bench. They definitely have confidence in their game plan and their strategy, and it's shown here in these first 24 minutes of the contest.
It has, and having a deep bench is so important, especially with tournament play. You're getting into these games where they could last for 110 minutes, and that's a long, grueling game. But having that depth on the bench is really going to keep your best players fresh, and that's another thing you just got to manage during tournament time.
Bryan looking to establish some control of the ball there as it goes out of bounds on the far side. OG with the throw-in. Bryan kicks the ball out of bounds again. OG with another throw-in here. And they're looking to move the ball down the far side. Bryan defender trips while looking to attack. Bryan regains control, advances the ball up the middle. Emma Slagle at midfield with a touch and go across. Bryan loses control. Ottawa-Glandorf back on the attack as we're at midfield. Bryan looking to establish an offensive possession here. Ottawa-Glandorf regains control, advances the ball up the field. Ball here on the near side, on the outside. Ottawa-Glandorf on the attack, looking to save that ball before it goes out of bounds with the cross kick.
Just missed that touch there inside the box for possibly another Ottawa-Glandorf goal.
To our benefit, that kick was a little behind the OG attacker. Didn't have the opportunity to get a foot or a body on that to maintain control. Molly Vollmer was in great position. Should that offensive attacker for Ottawa-Glandorf been able to get a touch there, but thankfully it sailed past and went out of bounds. Bryan with control here near midfield, passing the ball.
Great work in the middle to get some space down the field.
Josie Arnold on the left side, looking to cross, has control, takes a shot on goal.
Just over.
Arnold's shot goes just left and high of the goal. And if I'm keeping track of stats, that is our only second shot on goal tonight. I may have missed one in there somewhere, but that is a good opportunity for us. It's a good look. It's a good way to put some pressure on the goalie, who's probably getting pretty comfortable back there. Probably not staying too warm.
No, not at all.
But getting comfortable back there, watching their defense do all the work. So that was a good opportunity for us to give a little bit of an offensive attack and see if we can change the direction of the game at this point in time. Ottawa-Glandorf on the near side looking to cross. Vollmer is going to get her hands on this one, wraps that one up. Well defended there by Bryan.
Great communication there from, looks like Bree Winsler telling Vollmer to come out and grab that one while she shielded the Ottawa-Glandorf attacker. It's a handball there from the OG defender.
Yep, we got a whistle midfield, and Bryan will set up here for a free kick just outside the center circle. And this could hopefully be an opportunity to get some touches on the ball, see what can happen. Every time you have a free kick, it's your advantage.
Yep.
Ball gets defended by OG, kicked out, controlled by Bryan. Piper Hanna in the middle, looking to maintain that control. Kicks it back, sends it back to
Bree Richmond.
Thank you. You know, for those listening to us, the lighting and the distance we are from the field, it is hard to see the numbers of the players. And so many of them with similar hairstyles makes it extra difficult to also then decipher which player has the ball. So bear with us. We apologize if we're taking a moment or two or even miscalling some of these names. Piper Hanna takes control, takes a shot on goal. Again, another good sign. Coach McQuillan has got to be encouraged with that. I see her on the sideline right now encouraging her team. Any attack at this point to give the ball a chance to get to the goal is a good thing. So good possession there by Bryan, and we maintain control here at midfield. Piper Hanna doing a really beautiful job in the center, keeping and commanding that ball into locations that give us an opportunity to move. But we have OG, again, attacking on the outside, on the near side. We have defense limiting the attack. That was well defended here by Bryan, and Miley was able to come up and get her hands on that. Excellent defense there to stay in front, to work your way through that. And I believe that was Carly Green there with the effort.
Bree Winsler.
Was
that
it
was
Bree?
the
Okay.
the defender on that play.
Thank you for that. So Bryan has the ball here, midfield again, looking to set up an attack. Working near side. Carly Richmond to Josie Arnold. I'm sorry, Carly McDade to Josie Arnold. OG takes control back, crosses the ball, midfield, out high. We've got a whistle and a push in the back on OG that will result in a free kick for Bryan here out in front of our goal box, between the center circle and goal box. So things maintaining to be physical on the field.
Ottawa-Glandorf with a strong attack here. Well defended there.
The defense, to me, in the last 5 minutes for Bryan looks to have gained some confidence. They look to now be able to better read the speed, better read and anticipate the cross pass, better able to read and mark up, which is a good sign for us, because as we approach the 10-minute mark here of the first half, we have 50 minutes of soccer ahead of us, and just because the scoreboard reads 2-0 at this point in time doesn't mean that's what the final will be. We've been able to show now in the last 10 minutes of this half that we're able to control and possess the ball on our side of the field, and we've got a few shots on goal. Ball out of bounds. That'll be Bryan throw-in. Ball entered. Ball on the far side. OG popping the ball up into the air. Bryan regaining control. Has the ball center field. Kicks back. Looking to swing the defense one direction or the other. Piper Hanna working that middle. Again, trying to figure out which side she can go to. Enters it to the far side. Beautiful cross pass there. Nothing going there in the middle. Well defended by OG. Bree gives the ball to Arnold. Back to Bree. Looking for an attack. Shot on
just
goal.
Wide.
And that ball falls just left of the goal. Bree Richmond there with a nice shot attempt. Again, encouragement. That's our third, if not fourth, shot on goal here in the last 7 to 10 minutes. Oh, we got a call on the field.
Free kick.
Ooh, this is a big opportunity for Bryan here. So Piper Hanna lining up for the free kick here with 8:37 remaining in the first half. Bryan trailing 2-0, looking to find a break, looking to find an opportunity to get on the board here in the first half.
If Hanna puts this on target, Bryan girls need to crash hard, and it goes wide.
Hanna's kick sails right. Possession regained by Ottawa-Glandorf with a goal kick. It appeared there Piper may have either been attempting to put a little curve on the ball, or with the schematics of the offensive play, maybe looking to hit a streaking teammate down that far right side. Regardless, the ball sailed out of bounds with that attempt, and Bryan looking to regain possession. OG on the attack. Bryan able to slow things down here at midfield. OG advancing the ball down the far side, left side, takes a shot. Ball sails.
Still in on the byline. Cleared out by Carly McDade.
You know, no shot for OG is too far nor too hard. That ball thankfully sailed high and right as the ball sailed across the goalie box with the attempt on the shot on goal there. We have some substitutions here for both teams. With 6:52 remaining here in the first half, Bryan trailing 2-0. 2 early power goals by OG. Got them on the board early. First one off of a rebound. Second one off of a free kick. The ball popped out in the middle of the goalie box, and OG was able to quickly place that ball in the back of the net for the 2-0 lead. Another substitution here. We have a familiar face taking the field.
Yeah.
Making their way to play some defense. That would be Sydney Luce subbing in, and subbing out looks like that would be Carly McDade. It's been a fast first half. It did slow down in our favor with some nice possessions here on our offensive side, but right now the Bryan defense working hard to limit shots on goal by the OG offense. Another great defensive stand. However, ball goes out on Bryan, which will set up a goal kick or a corner kick here for OG. And this is scary, Carter. Here we go with OG bunching up on the high side again, on the high back side. Bryan setting up their defense, marking up. Ball in play.
Short
kind
ball
of a short
in.
squib kick. That allows the Bryan defense to clear the ball out towards the high side.
One back by Ottawa-Glandorf.
OG has the ball, high side.
Swing and a miss there.
Looked to take a shot on goal, but found a kick with a miss, which allowed us to regain some possession out of bounds off Bryan here. OG possession. 4:51 remaining in the first half. More substitutions happening here as we get into the depths of the first half, giving the legs a rest to prep for the end of this last 4 minutes and then into the second half. Bryan maintains control. Looks to advance out to midfield. Out of bounds, off Bryan. OG throw in. Down the far side, far left side, out of bounds. That'll be Bryan ball. Ball out of bounds again. It'll be another Bryan throw in here with 4 minutes remaining in the first half. Bryan looking to find a positive here. These are, you have to look at a half sometimes in terms of quarters. And you get down under 10 minutes into the first half as we have the ball squeak loose towards the goalie. Not a threatening look at the goal. The Ottawa-Glandorf goalie drop kicks, lands, ricocheted near midfield. Again, back to the first half here. So we're down under 4 minutes, 3.5 to go. You know, the first 10 minutes, it was rough waters for Bryan. I would say if you look at the half in terms of quarters, the first 10 minutes was definitely a loss. But I would say the next 2 quarters of the half is we have another shot on goal deep outside the goalie box from OG. Miley able to get her hands on that and maintain the score as is at 2-0. But we went through a period of time with the what I would call the second and third quarters of the first half where we did have good control. We had a lot of offensive possessions. In I would say with 20 minutes and under remaining, we were able to get 3, 4, maybe even a 5th shot on goal, and just have some confidence and have some good execution. And the defense was also able to make some good adjustments to their speed and to their attack. So now this is critical. 2.5 minutes to go. What you don't want to do here if you're Bryan, you do not want to let OG get one more goal in. 2 goals to come back from down 2-0 with a half to play. that's surmountable. That's something that's achievable. That's something that you can will your way through as you come out as an athlete into the second half. If you go down a hat trick, that task just becomes harder and harder. Another shot on goal here. Sales, Miley able to jump up and limit that ball from getting past her. Not sure that would have sailed in the goal based on the angle, but regardless, that was a great save by Miley to limit any potential damage there from OG as we're now under 2 minutes of play here in the first half. Piper Hanna has the ball here near side, looking to center it, does so. Looks like Langham tripped
Pushing the back there.
And that will result in a Bryan free kick here. And again, these are situations that we want to take advantage of. Piper Hanna looking again to line up. I know she probably wants that last one back, so she's got an opportunity before her, and let's see what can happen.
From this far out, you're probably trying to float it to a streaking attacker, trying to give them an opportunity to go up for it.
Piper does take a shot at the goal. Into that wind, the wind, the flag, the American flag is right behind that goalie there on the left side, and the wind appeared to be swirling. It's primarily coming from our right to left, or primarily from our backs even across the field. But as that shot was taken, it just didn't have the ability to overcome the wind speed or the potential swirling wind at the moment. So, but I like the mentality to take a shot on goal. And now we've got to just see what we can do here in the final 40 seconds of play as we regain and establish some offensive.
Getting the last-minute goal here would be a huge momentum swing for the Bryan Golden Bears. Honestly, even having the possession and giving yourself a chance would be a good momentum swing for the Bears, and just trying to get that momentum to head your way and heading into the second half.
Piper Hanna at center crosses to Josie Arnold. Piper fighting to regain control. Ball cleared by OG to Sydney Luce. Luce keeping the ball in front. Piper maintains control. And we've got a call here, I believe made by the near side sideline referee. But time expires in the first half. And with that, your Golden Bears are trailing the Ottawa-Glandorf Titans 2-0. After a very solid half of play by OG. So we will be back here shortly with some halftime breakdown. And you're listening to the Golden Bears on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan built.
The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
From the first whistle to the final buzzer, life is filled with moments that shape us. Moments of victory, of challenge, of community. At Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, we're honored to stand by families through every season of life. Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, family owned, family focused.
If you served, you may qualify for VA healthcare, even if you were denied before. New rules recognize burn pit and toxic exposure claims. We can help you apply, understand benefits, and access the care you've earned. Let us help protect your health. Today and for the future, contact us to see how we can help. Williams County Veterans Service Office. Veterans serving veterans.
Discover affordable transfer opportunities at Northwest State.
Start here and save thousands on tuition.
Our advising team will help you get your credits transferred.
So don't wait another minute. Get started today.
All right, we're back here at Findlay High School for the Division 4 district semi between the Bryan Lady Golden Bears and the Ottawa-Glandorf Titans, and the score at half is OG 2 and the Lady Bears nothing. And that is thanks to 2 strong early goals by OG in this contest.
Yeah, so the first goal, just a cleanup goal almost. A shot from pretty deep in the 18 that Vollmer had to parry away, and a great job by the Titans to be there and to put it in the back of the net after the parry. And the second goal coming from a deep free kick, floated up for one of the attackers to go get, and just chips it right over Vollmer for the second goal of the game. The Bears looking promising on the attack at some points during the game. They're getting down to the about the 18 and picking apart the defense and starting to take some shots. I think for the Bears to be successful, they need to start taking more shots and especially putting more on target, as I think there's only been 2 or 3 that have been on target this game, and any shot on target's a good shot. You got to give yourself the chance.
Absolutely. The name of the game is to put points on the scoreboard, and Bryan did settle in there late in the second half. I'd say once we got down under 20, Bryan was able to maintain possession. They were able to, quote, tilt the field into our favor. And then we were able to have possession, get some good touches, good passes, and with those shots on goals, at least give us the opportunity to show some type of attack, where early on, the first 10 minutes of the contest, it was all OG who moved quick, who moved with a mission, and was able to get 2 very strong kicks on goal that Miley nor any goalie would have any opportunity to save at that point in time, just with the rebound and the quick hitters that they came with. So OG showing their strengths, showing their experience, showing their ability to handle the pressure in a big game. And we were talking at one point throughout this half that they have depth as well. They have depth on their bench. We saw substitutions start early for OG. We saw them be able to continue to maintain the strategy and the game plan they came in with and allow that to be successful, where Bryan had to make some adjustments. Bryan had to realize that the OG attack was as quick as anticipated and make some adjustments with how to defend that, but then also on the offensive side of the ball, make some adjustments to find a way to get some cross passes, find a way to get to that 18-yard mark, find a way to get it where we have the opportunity to at least put a shot on goal. But like you mentioned, Carter, the shots not necessarily targeting the ability to make the goalie work too hard. The goalie, again, getting very comfortable back in there, and maybe, a soccer is a game of high effort and sometimes with little reward. Let's turn that high effort into high reward, and let's see if we can knock 1 or 2 in here early, and that could totally change the landscape of this game. But what the Golden Bears can't do coming out of this halftime break is they cannot go and allow OG to take the offensive right away. If you're Coach McQuillan right now, you've got to be talking about your game plan first and foremost, but you've also got to be talking about on the defensive side of the ball, we have to put all of our effort into maintaining this 2-0 deficit until we can find a way offensively to break through. We cannot let this score turn into 3-0 or even 4-0 or 3-1 or 4-1. It's too much to claw back from against a proven and strong team like OG. So it's going to be challenging to work through that. But when you come together as a team and you find a way to attack through any weaknesses that you can point out, anything that you've seen in that first half that you can find a way to attack them, make something good happen, you never know. You just got to give yourself a chance.
And I think with Bryan possessing the ball in the second half of the first half, with them possessing the ball, it really slowed the tempo of the game down, which is exactly what these Bryan girls want. Ottawa-Glandorf is fast and physical, so slowing the game down, slowing Ottawa-Glandorf down is really going to be a key factor in this, just to play their game and pick apart the defense, as they have done a few times. But, yeah, getting more shots off, getting more shots on goal, and really challenging this goalkeeper. Because, as you said, the goalie's getting comfortable, but the problem is if you get too comfortable, you start to lose focus and something easy can slip through, and now you're on your back foot, and then if you're nervous about the next one, then another one could slip through. And So this Ottawa-Glandorf goalie has a lot of pressure on her right now to stay focused and stay composed when a shot's coming at her, just to make sure she really corrals it and is ready for a return shot if she does have to parry.
Well, we're just over 2 minutes left in the half, so we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with our second half action here on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan built.
All right, we're back here on the Golden Bear Sports Network, and today's game is brought to you by the Bryan Athletic Boosters, the Bryan Parks and Rec, Northwest State Community College, Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, and Veterans Services of Williams County. It was an action-packed early part of the first half here down at Findlay High School in our Division IV district semifinal as OG put 2 quick goals on the board. But as we were just noting a few moments ago, Bryan was able to settle in. They were able to maintain some control of the ball, and they were able to find some ways to get a few shots on goal. Now we just have to build upon that here as we enter into the second half of play. And Bryan will switch sides of the field, and they'll be going now from our left to right. OG will be going from our right to left. The wind continues to be sustained, what I would call somewhat across the field. From our backs here in the press box across to our, we'll say, left, but mainly across the field. And as we noted at game time, the winds were nearing 20 miles per hour, and the temperatures were under 50 degrees, and those conditions remain out here on a blustery fall day. So the second half is just about to get underway as the players take the field, and we'll see how this stacks up as we enter into the next 40 minutes of play.
And no matter how small it may seem, a key part of this game is getting warmed up for the second half. You just had a 10-minute break with, as we said, 20-mile-an-hour winds with under 50 degrees. You got to get warmed back up. You got to get refocused. And that halftime talk can help with a little bit with that, but you personally, by yourself, have to find a way to get warm and get ready for this next half.
So Bryan's taking the field. Ottawa-Glandorf making their way out for the second half here at Findlay High School. Good crowd out tonight from both schools. A lot of representation as we're in tournament time here, and a lot of stocking hats as everyone battles the elements. And we're
long ball start here from Ottawa-Glandorf. Quick attack.
We got an early penalty here with a trip and ball back in play as Bryan works the near side. Bryan early in this half, in the first 20 seconds, has been primarily all defense.
30 seconds gone in the second half. From the near side into Hannah.
Bryan looking to see if we can establish some offensive possession here and get those much-needed shots on goal as the clock keeps ticking with a 2-0 deficit. Piper Hannah sending the ball up in the vicinity of Emma Slagle.
Good stop by Winsler there. I know that one hurt when it came in with how cold it is.
OG looking to approach down the near side, left side, but we have an offsides call to benefit the Golden Bears. That was much needed because that attack was happening fast.
And that's just a compliment to your whole defensive line, being in sync and being ready for a quick attack. And knowing where the Ottawa-Glandorf defenders are and knowing where to hold your line.
So ball back in play here out near midfield.
Good read from Arnold there to send the defender flying and let the ball go over her.
Out here at the beginning of the half, we have Trinity Boffman, Emma Slagle, and Josie Arnold on the offensive attack. At midfield, we have Amaya Langham, Hannah Piper, and Avery Ann Fisher. And then in the backfield, we round out with Cassidy Deach, Bree Richmond, Carla McDade, and Bree Winsler. And in goal, Miley Vollmer.
Bryan's defense is doing a really nice job of holding OG's #1 goal scorer at bay. But unfortunately, all that focus is gonna draw your attention away from other attackers, which showed early in the first half.
Well, I think we found out in the first half, we were noting just how many goals OG has scored throughout the season and how quickly those probably pile up. And unfortunately, we had to experience that early on. But a much stronger start to the second half by Bryan compared to the first half, a much more controlled start, and a much more focused strategy by the Golden Bears early on to see if we could space things out a little more. Spacing was tough in that first half. A lot of our touch passes were only 8 to 10 yards apart, where early on in the second half we're spaced out, we're 15, 20 yards apart, and looking to move that defense a little more from side to side. OG entering the ball on the far side, has the ball in the goalie box, but Bryan able to get their foot on the ball to ricochet that out, and that leads to a goal kick here. That looks like Piper Hannah setting up to enter the ball back into play. OG with the attack on the left side. Great defense there. Fantastic defense. That was Cassidy Deach there with the effort in the corner. Leads to a Bryan kick to enter this ball back into play after a little bit of shoving there down in the corner.
It's a good ball through there for Emma Slagle to go run onto. Good overlap there, just not enough on the pass.
Trinity Boffman entering the ball back into play. Centered, Avery Ann Fisher. Bryan looking to space out here and pass into a situation where we can get a shot on goal.
The cross is blocked.
OG defense continuing to find a way to limit any potential opportunity for
quick
the Golden
OG
Bears.
attack here. Great block by Vollmer there.
Fantastic approach by Miley Vollmer to come out, anticipate that if she does not get out there, that is going to be a very tough shot on goal to defend. So way to put herself out there and lay her body out as well to ensure that that offensive player for OG did not have the opportunity to take a shot on goal. Well defended by Miley.
That's a brave goalie play, because you know if they get that touch before you get there, it's an open goal. So you got to time that perfectly to go get the ball before the attacker gets there. It's a high kick, dangerous play, indirect kick for Ottawa-Glandorf.
Bryan defense setting up here. These are scary moments. OG able to put the ball in play here, control what exactly they want to do. So here we go.
Floated up again. Stopped by Vollmer. Great save there.
Excellent save by Vollmer, and that play looked very, very similar to what happened in the first half, where they were able to squeak one in off of a free kick. So well done there by the Bryan defense to get out of that jam. And let's see if we can flip the sides of the field and get a little bit of offense going.
Good 1-2s up the sideline there, and again, the turf is playing a huge factor in this game. Balls are rolling just a little bit longer than they would on grass, and Golden Bears are feeling it right now.
Cross kick by OG, gets the ball centered into the goalie box, but Vollmer off of the ricochet, able to go out and make a sliding grab at that ball to maintain possession. And those last two plays by Miley, the one where she came out high as the approaching offensive player was coming at her in a one-on-one situation, and then just right there with the ability to go out wide left of the goal and get that ball. That comes with experience.
It does. It shows her leadership and her experience, her willingness to put her body on the line for the team, and that's something you need in tournament games, especially being down 2-0. You got to find a way to encourage your team and make them want to work as hard as they possibly can.
Bryan looking to set up some offense there. Ball cleared by OG. Back to Vollmer. We're just about 8 minutes into play here in the second half as we have a loose shoelace.
Looks like she's fixing her shin guard.
That is, that's teammates knowing teammates right there. A little hard to tie those laces with those goalie gloves on.
Yep.
Plus, she wants to keep those fingers warm in this weather.
Mm-hmm. As a defender, you always know you gotta work for your goalkeeper, and one of the rules is if your goalie needs their shoes tied, you have to go and tie it. That was always my rule as a defender, and I think the Bryan girls feel the same way.
Bryan fighting for possession here. OG continues on the attack. Strong cross to the middle. Bryan able to get a foot on it, clear it. And we're going back the other direction in favor of the Golden Bears. OG now trying to set up their offense as they clear it back to set things up.
Right now you're seeing the gaps between the defense and the attackers for the Golden Bears. I think the midfield's getting tired. They're working really, really hard, and it's going to be a free kick for Ottawa-Glandorf.
Yeah, it looked like we had an elbow or a forearm or some type of arm shove there that was called. Deep free kick, but as we saw earlier, there's really no limitation on this field with OG.
Great step by Richmond there.
Both teams, as you just noted, some of the fatigue setting in. A lot more spacing this half. Mm-hmm. A lot more advantageous passing as shot on goal there. Miley able to haul that one in.
Yeah, in the second half, I mean, you've already, especially as these girls get further into the tournament, you've already played a game, and your legs are starting to feel it. And right now for the OG Titans, you got to start thinking towards the next game, towards the future, and how to save your legs. And you're trying to let the ball do as much of the work as possible, just to make sure that you are rested and you're ready for if you have to play again.
Speaking of which, the winner of this game would play on Saturday. That would be at 6 o'clock back here in Findlay. And they would play the winner of the other semifinal game, which is played between Clear Fork and Oak Harbor. So I have not seen a score come through on that game yet. We'll see if we can get that here as we round out the second half to see who the next opponent for this game's winner would be. But again, that would take place here on Saturday, and that game would be at 6 o'clock p.m.
Actually, given the fact that House far side might be the only game up there. The throw-in intended for Erfurt is going to be deflected, looped up in the air, and now the Golden Bears have that. Was at 5. The second game was, let's call it 7.
Bryan with some touches here, looking to cross the ball. Cross midfield, they do. Ball will sail out of bounds. Throw in here by the OG Titans, coming back from our right to left.
That hard crosswind is definitely playing a factor in the game today. That ball down the line on any normal day probably won't go out, but especially here on the turf with the wind, the ball's going to roll in that direction a little bit more, and you see that there with the long ball, and just not able to chase that one down.
We're now through the first quarter of the second half, and Bryan unable to get any shots on goal during that time. OG, each time they regain possession, sets up quickly, and they've had their fair share of shots on goal. Nothing that has been too threatening yet this half. Again, our defense has made some really good adjustments. They've been able to drop back quicker. They've been able to anticipate the cross pass. They've been able to match up on some of the schemes that Ottawa-Glandorf is utilizing. So the defensive effort is definitely there, and we've played really strong defense all year.
We have.
Which has been our strength, and we're now playing to our strength. Unfortunately, it took us witnessing 2 quick goals by OG early in this contest to make some of those adjustments. But now we're at the point we've got to figure out how to slip one in here in the next 5 or 10 minutes. We've got to build that momentum and then let that carry over into making this a really, really tough match down the stretch.
It's a great ball through, splitting the defenders.
OG up top looking to go to the far right side. Dancing on the right side. Crossing, looking for a shot on goal. Bouncing off a Bryan defender. Bryan looking to clear here.
The Bryan defense is playing really compact and tight, and I think that's hurting the Ottawa-Glandorf attack quite a bit. Early in the first half, they had a lot of space to run through, and now that the Bryan defense is playing tight and compact in the middle, it's slowing the Ottawa-Glandorf attack down.
Good no call a few moments ago as Emma Slagle got tied up in the middle. Bryan now advancing the ball offensively. OG again, slowing things down, clearing things out. Cassie Deach on the defense, trying to continue to fight for that ball. Cassie called for being a little overly aggressive there, but I like it. I mean, that's setting the tone. That's a good, hard, competitive play. Unfortunately, we got called for it, but I like where she's at there with her mentality.
You can see the Ottawa-Glandorf physicality is starting to rub off on the Bryan players as they're getting a little chippy here. You can also hear it in the parents. The parents are getting louder, and that's when you know that a game's about to get pretty physical.
OG again, working the far side. 25 minutes remaining here in the second half. Bryan trailing 2-0. We got a cross pass here on the defensive side, looking to bring the ball on down the near sideline.
It's a good ball in there for Emma Slagle to chase down. She beats a defender.
Slagle across to Boffman. Boffman unable to get a good touch. And
Great play by the keeper there.
Sealing that up. Bryan with its first true attack of the half. Trying to make something happen here.
And the Ottawa-Glandorf defense got back quick. You can see how compact they got with there's a 4-on-2 over on the right side of the field. So this Ottawa-Glandorf team knows how to defend quickly and organized.
Speed is clearly a large factor in their success. They do recover quick on defense. On offense, when they attack, there's little time to respond. And that's being a well-coached team. You got to tip your cap to OG with their strategy and how they implement it and how the girls carry out their philosophy on each possession. They really don't ever take a possession off.
Misplayed there.
On the attack, Molly Vollmer coming out.
Great save by Vollmer there.
Fantastic save by Vollmer to limit any possibility from OG squeaking one in there. again, Miley laying her body on the line and allowing the Golden Bears to regain possession. Well done there by the senior in goal.
Misplayed there.
Hannah looking to touch over to the left side. Arnold with the cross. And coming back the other way. Cassidy continued to battle. Boffman centering the ball. Comes right back her way. No call there.
And they both lost the ball.
Play.
That ball's going to roll back to Vollmer.
Send it out for a goal kick. Just across midfield. Set back.
Ottawa-Glandorf had a 13-5 overall record. Went 7-1-0 in the league, winning the WBL this year. As we've noted, they've had 4 trips in the recent 4 past years to the state finals. So this is not unfamiliar territory to them here in the district semis. Battle of 2 league champions. The Bryan Lady Bears coming out on top of Ohio's oldest NWOAL. And that's a great boost for the program.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at the course of the program in recent years, you yourself are a senior. We've seen a large amount of seniors in the recent couple of years graduate from this program. And now what I would call the young girls or the young guns who watch those classes in front of them, who watch some of the success from 3-4 years ago, now this is their opportunity. And it's their opportunity to not only build what they've worked for, build upon what they've worked for, but to continue to keep this program on the map, to continue to keep them a contender, not only in the league, but beyond as we get into tournament play. It's a very respectable program, and you got to tip your cap to Coach McQuillan. Taking over this role, coming over from the boys' side, you know, as a former assistant coach in your program on the boys' side, and taking on a growing and building program here on the girls' side. And, you know, they've responded very well to her. She has high expectations for them. She really is confident in what their abilities are. She's confident in what they can achieve. And even coming into tonight, I mean, her first words to me when I walked in the stadium were, "It's OG, let's go." Like, it's right now, and she's driving that competitive edge. She's driving that competitive atmosphere, and you can see that carrying over here. You see constant battling, constant fighting, constant competitiveness on each possession, and no one's taking a play off. No one's taking a situation as a rest break. They're always looking for that next opportunity to have success, and that's all you can ask for in a program like this. That's all you can ask for in a game like this. And sometimes the goals and the opportunities for those shots on goal don't come your way as often. But this is, again, you're up against best in the state right now, and you're hanging. I would say, you know, if one of those early goals would have had a little bit different bounce beforehand, we're potentially looking at just a 1-0 game here as we get under 20 minutes here remaining in the second half. At this point now that the clock is at 19:30 and counting, we're going to have to find a way to stay on our offensive side of the field, and after this dangerous corner kick, figure out a way to just build a little bit of momentum and put them back on their heels a little bit.
Yeah, if Bryan puts a goal in, it'll definitely send a shock to OG and kind of a wake-up call of Bryan's not quitting. They're ready to play. They're ready to go after it. Ball goes high off the header. Great cross in, just missed the header. Well defended by Bryan to put pressure on the attacker and force her into a header that probably didn't go where she wanted it to.
For sure. We want to limit those opportunities for OG at this point in the game. That was a very strong cross kick there off the corner, and fortunately off the header, sails out of bounds in our favor. But Bryan looking to flip the field here and see if we can find a way to get them caught off guard in some fashion. There'll be a Bryan throw-in coming here on the far side. And if you look at the Bryan lineup, as you go player by player and position by position, you have a lot of youth. As we were just talking, as shot sails way far left on the Bryan goal, so that'll lead to a Bryan kick in here, Bryan goal kick. But a lot of youth through and through. You have a heavy mixture of sophomores, juniors, and freshmen. Your senior leadership, those are seniors that have been in the program and experienced success in the past. Obviously, you had the detrimental injury to Ava Zimmerman, who seems to both mentally and physically be doing good right now. That's we all feel for her, and what she's contributed to this program over the last 4 years has been phenomenal. Just an extremely good athlete, but with the senior leadership of Miley, the senior leadership of Ava, the senior leadership of Josie, those individuals not only working through what expectations they have for the younger players, but then those expectations being instilled in this younger group as they come up, and now they're getting their opportunity to write a little bit of history as to what this Lady Bear soccer program holds. So it's a lot of fun watching the success that they had to win the league championship and to come together to get back on top. And that's always, sometimes the journey is more fun than actually achieving that goal, but in this case, you got both of them paired together. You have the journey and you've reached the top of the mountain in the league, so you want to find a way to stay there now and keep that edge as you continue on and look ahead to future seasons with this very young group. Miley goes down on top of, looked like she went down on top of her own player, but interference seems to be called on the field. Okay, in Bryan's favor, which is good here as we look to enter the ball back into play. OG continuing to maintain their attack here in the second half of this second half. Crossing ball, Miley gobbles that up.
Back to her teammate this time, that is
Boffman coming down the near side. And things are getting physical out here now, Carter.
Yes, they are, and the pressure that Bryan is feeling as time winds down is definitely increasing there. So they're going to be more physical, and they're going to be more urgent to win the ball as fast as they possibly can. And you can hear the parents too. They're starting to get riled up about.
Crowd's getting into it.
Yeah, they're getting riled up about just about everything at this point because they can feel the tension building on the Bryan side, and I don't think the Golden Bears are ready for their season to end. So they're gonna claw tooth and nail for everything.
Crossing ball, Vollmer out, gets her hands on it. Great anticipation there to come out of the box. Drop kicking it back into play.
Well, Vollmer's had a couple of great punts here in the second half, giving Bryan some really good field position. The ball is won by OG on the sideline there.
Aggressive attack there by Trinity, but the ball went off her shins out of bounds to be good for OG's ball as they sub here past the halfway mark of the second half.
From Brinkman.
Right off the forehead.
Corralled there by Boffman.
on the near side of
Team 45
Glandorf
go
territory.
2-0 OG.
Boffman got a little tangled up there and extended the arms, bringing the OG player down. You can sense a little frustration here by Bryan not being able to get the ball into a good offensive setting. And we're just yearning to have some type of opportunity down here on the offensive side. But both teams, like you noted, it's physical, it's a little chippy, it's deep in the game. No one wants their season to end. Fans don't want the season to end. And both teams are going to give it their all here in these final 13 minutes.
2-0 Ottawa-Glandorf leads. Now on the far side with it.
46 degrees, it
Glandorf
feels
has
like
it towards midfield.
So for all you people who complain
Set
about
up,
fall
trying to get it
weather,
to Erfurt, and that one's going to be sent back just across midfield.
Stop it.
By the Golden Bears.
And the talk now between Coach McQuillan and the players is you just got to go forward. You got to give yourself a chance. Give yourself the opportunity to even put a shot on goal to maybe have a chance at a parry or a mishandled ball. Or if you do get that one great shot, put it in the back of the net.
So take me through some strategy here, Carter. So you're deep in the game, 12 minutes to go, down 2. Primarily you want to get some good touches and good control on the ball. But at this point, as an attacker, as any position on the field, really, do you look to extend with some deeper kicks? Do you look to space out even further? I guess what's the best approach at this point in the game, down 2 with 12 to go?
Yeah, at this point in the game, I honestly would still keep playing your game, maybe with a little bit of a heightened urgency, but just trying to get up the field as quickly as possible. And as time winds down, maybe switching to more of an attacking formation, pushing a defender up into the midfield or maybe even into the attack to give yourself a real chance of putting a couple in the back of the net.
Just slightly different schematics between both teams and how they set up their offense and defense. Both teams keeping 4 back. Bryan seems to work a few more in at the midfield, and OG a few more in offensively attacking. Can't say the way this game has played out that one strategy has been better over the other, as both goals came off of somewhat broken plays, if you will.
Yeah.
One off a rebound, one off a free kick. So I'm not sure that the schematics or the strategy of each team's X's and O's have played that big of a factor in the outcome of the game. But again, you look to see what strategy you can implement here in these final 10 minutes if you're Bryan to stretch the field and to get those shots on goals. And there was an opportunity there in the box that just couldn't get a good solid kick on it. We just got to find a way to get a good foot on the ball and see what can happen.
10:30 to go, 2-0.
10:20 to go in a Dosey nil up for OG.
Leads it.
On the right side. Sends one down the right side. And just quickly, she was working the right side of the field.
And
down
chased
the right
down
line.
by the Golden Bear defense and out of bounds that time. Sent out by...
Ball is going to be marked out off Bryan, which will result in an OG corner kick. And these are scary, especially at this point in the game.
As a defender, you're just trying to go in every ball you can and get it up the field as fast as possible. You feel your heart flutter a little bit in these moments because you know that it's close and anything can happen. And OG's goal right now is to just cause chaos to hopefully create an opportunity.
Ball played short off the corner, cleared out. OG maintaining possession, which is somewhat of a win for Bryan as they limit any potential damage there off the corner kick.
Quick ball out to Boffman.
Now Bryan.
That's not good.
Ball is still in play. Trinity Boffman is still down at this point in time. Now play is called dead.
Looks like she's got a calf cramp.
The turf monster got her, or as you noted, a calf cramp here probably brought her down.
She is down, and they're going to stop the clock here. 9:03, 2 minutes to go here.
9:03 remaining in this first half.
And you could see the concern on McQuillan's face as soon as it happened, especially with turf, as turf is known to be more aggressive on ankles and knees, so you never really know what happened, but luckily it's just a cramp.
Yeah, hopefully she's able to work through this and we can get a trainer out there to take a look. And with that, we do have a trainer making their way onto the field. But while she's taking a look, we're going to take a quick break here on the Golden Bear Sports Network, and we'll be right back.
Discover great job skills training at Northwest State. With over 50 different programs available, there is something for everyone. Providing hands-on training and education is the community college advantage.
Fallen on hard times? At the Williams County Veteran Service Office, we're here when life gets tough. We provide emergency financial assistance for housing, food, and utilities, plus transportation to VA medical appointments. Whether you need help today or just someone who understands, we're ready to serve. Please reach out to see what we can do for you, because the only veteran we can't assist is the one that doesn't contact us.
The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
And we're back here on the Golden Bear Sports Network in the Division IV semifinal between Bryan and Ottawa-Glandorf. Before we went to break there, Trinity Boffman went down, and the trainer was able to make their way onto the field and look at her. And thank goodness Trinity was able to stand up, and she's now walking off the field towards the sideline. So it is our hope that at worst it was just a cramp, but we'll see if she is able to make her way back onto the field of play, as we have a sub coming on for her as she makes her way off the field. And there is 9:03 remaining here in this second half in this what's turned out to be a really good battle. The first two goals of the game early by OG gave us the early deficit, but we have hung tough and played very well since then. OG just continues with their experience and depth to find ways to break apart any type of momentum that we get on the offensive side and regain control. So Bryan is pressed here in the final 8:53 as the winner of this game will move on and advance to play Clear Fork on Saturday at 6 here in Findlay in the district finals. So a lot of soccer left here, Carter. 8 minutes to go, 8.5 to go. Bryan maybe a little motivated with the physicality that's taking shape here in the last 10 minutes or so, but we'll see if we can find our way onto the scoreboard and make this a one-goal game in the final minutes.
And honestly, at this point in the game, I'd start looking into a formation change. I'd honestly go to a 3 at the back just to give yourself a little bit more attacking power, probably push Piper Hannah up into that forward position. Just get that hunger to score for your team and to keep playing into this Saturday. But pushing Piper up and keeping your wingers wide and deep just to open up and create space. That way you can create an attack and hopefully look for a third-man run and hopefully catch the Ottawa-Glandorf defense off guard and create some opportunities for you to score.
Bryan definitely looking to press here to get any type of shot on goal. Slagle with a cross. Trying again here in the near side corner to cross. Unfortunately, kicked out by OG. Good aggressive attack there down the near sideline.
Oh, how about that? The official tried to jump out of the way. He didn't even make it to it.
Ball will sail out of bounds. Coming right at us here on the near sideline, Bryan to inbound. 7 minutes remaining. The ball is at least on the right or correct side of the field, for our opinion at least. And we're hoping to keep it here to see if we can find a way to get a shot or two on goal. The OG defense really packing it in. They've got 7 players, 3 deep, 4 in front of them. Nice layup pass there. Slagle just unable to run that down and give that a chance to cross towards the goal.
And I think kind of the theme of the game with the turf, the turf's just rolling. I walked it coming up here to the press box, and it's fast. The ball's going to roll really, really well, and especially with the wind like tonight, it's getting pushed all over the place. I think both teams have done a pretty good job of handling it throughout the game, but coming down to these crucial moments, somebody's going to have to pull a lucky straw here, and something will happen. Hopefully the turf monster will give them a little bit of a benefit.
Here's a potential opportunity. We get a free kick here. I know it's deep, but this is a good opportunity for the Golden Bears to hopefully take advantage of, as we're 5.5 minutes remaining. Great entry. Shot up at goal.
Just wide.
Just far right. That was encouraging for the Golden Bears to get a look on goal. Let's keep the pressure on at this point.
It looks like Trinity Boffman's returning. That's a good sign to see. Hopefully no injuries, and we'll see what she can perform like as the cold may affect that calf again.
Yeah, that is fantastic news to see her run back out on the field, and probably indicative that it was just a cramp.
Mm-hmm.
So good for her, and glad to have her back out there. St. Mary's on the attack for the first time in a few minutes, as they've been having to play a lot of defense. Uh-oh, shot on goal.
Off the crossbar, still in. That's a great cut there.
Down, looking to clear. Tremendous shot to our advantage. It went high and off the crossbar, bounced straight up in the air. We were able to clear. Now we just have to get this ball flipped back across midfield again and out of this zone with 4:02 remaining here in the game.
And you can see why she's the team's leading scorer with that quick cut and quick shot, just that little bit of separation. She's willing to take any shot she can, and this one just happened to hit the crossbar, and Golden Bears got lucky not to let another one in.
So we've got an OG throw in. We avoided the possibility for a corner kick here. And Bryan's going to have to find a way to work out of this, the depths of our defense here. Ball cleared slightly out towards midfield. OG maintaining possession. Again, you got to credit our defense. Massive adjustments made after those first 2 goals. Have played tough. Unfortunately, right now we're having to defend yet another corner kick. But they've held true and strong the remainder of the game after those early goals, and just heart, effort. It's been a lot of fun to watch the aggressiveness. And let's see if our defense can somehow provide an opportunity to turn something into offense here. Get
chaos out in front of the goal. Ball back across. Blocked by Hannah.
Piper able to clear that ball out. OG continuing to work this near side. Ball bounces
deflected
out.
To the Ottawa-Glandorf attacker. Shot.
And it sails high again. Miley was ready. Miley was in position. That ball just sailed high and out of play, resulting with a Bryan goal kick here with approximately 2 minutes remaining in the game.
2 minutes to go here, 2-0. Ottawa-Glandorf leads over Bryan. Now Erfurt towards the center, and it's sloped away.
OG continuing to press late in the
swing
game.
Through on the legs. So Bryan, free kick. That one hurt quite a bit.
So now we're down to 1:40 remaining.
Trying to move on to take on Clear Fork and put the knife in the Colts. And Herringhouse ball out front. With it is Herringhouse. OG just killing time right now.
Bryan giving it their best effort to take over possession here, clear the ball to the other side of the field.
Ottawa-Glandorf is doing a really nice job of passing around and wasting time. It's a key thing at this point in the game. And Bryan's just got to go. They got to start sending it long, giving them a chance.
I'm not sure this is even a term, and I might just make this up on the spot, but it's kind of a prevent offense by OG here in the final 3 minutes of the game.
And, yeah, OG's trying to park the bus, as we like to say, wasting time, passing around the back, and really just keeping it away from Bryan.
Boffman on that last possession looking to get a good cross shot in, just unable to get a good foot on that ball. And the clock now ticks under 30 seconds remaining in the game. Ball out of bounds. Possession to OG as the clock continues to tick. And OG is approximately 10 seconds from moving on to another district final to match up with Clear Fork on Saturday. And with that, the clock expires, reading zeros across the board. And the Ottawa-Glandorf Titans will be moving on to the district finals to match up with Clear Fork here Saturday at 6 o'clock p.m. back in Findlay. And we will break down this game when we come right back here on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Discover great job skills training at Northwest State. With over 50 different programs available, there is something for everyone. Providing hands-on training and education is the community college advantage.
Trust is built when we know someone has our back, on the field, in the stands, and in life. At Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, we're more than a service provider. We're neighbors and friends. For generations, families have trusted us to care for their loved ones with compassion and dignity.
The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
Fallen on hard times? At the Williams County Veteran Service Office, we're here when life gets tough. We provide emergency financial assistance for housing, food, and utilities, plus transportation to VA medical appointments. Whether you need help today or just someone who understands, we're ready to serve. Please reach out to see what we can do for you, because the only veteran we can't assist is the one that doesn't contact us.
This community is more than a place. It's where we celebrate victories and where we lean on one another in times of loss. At Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, we're proud to be rooted here, serving with care and compassion when it matters most. Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, family owned, family focused.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan built.
Discover affordable transfer opportunities at Northwest State.
Start here and save thousands on tuition.
Our advising team will help you get your credits transferred.
So don't wait another minute. Get started today.
And we're back here on the Golden Bear Sports Network with your final. Ottawa-Glandorf 2 and the Bryan Lady Bears nothing here in the district semi. OG now moving on to play Clear Fork Saturday here in Findlay at 6 o'clock p.m. in the district final on their quest for yet reaching another state final championship game. Carter, it was a pleasure to have the call with you. Unfortunately, things did not go our way tonight with 2 early goals by Ottawa-Glandorf, but nothing to hang your heads about if you're the Bryan Golden Bears. I just wanted, I guess, first and foremost, we talked about this a little bit about earlier in the game. Credit to our seniors. We have 3 outstanding seniors in this program, that being Miley Vollmer, Ava Zimmerman, and Josie Arnold. They helped build a foundation through their time here and through their dedication to get us back to this point where the Lady Bears were able to win the league championship and set that milestone, and now the foundation is set for this young group of girls that are moving up, and the sky's the limit for them.
It is. It truly is.
As you look towards the future after this tough loss, we want to make sure we thank those seniors for all they've done. But, again, looking forward, it's just going to be a phenomenal opportunity for these youngsters. And to Coach McQuillan, congratulations to her on a phenomenal season. It only took her a few years to get back into winning a league title for this program, and that's something that this community and the school system are extremely proud of, and we couldn't be happier for all the success that they've had through this year. So although we don't like to see the final score on the board read 2-0, not in our favor, it has just been an absolute outstanding season for these girls, and we wish them nothing best as they move into the future. So, Carter, any final thoughts on tonight's game?
I think the girls played their hearts out. Just coming into these tournament games, I remember last year playing Liberty Benton, we were almost shell-shocked at the very beginning. They scored 3 quick goals within 7 minutes, and then we kind of found our footing and held them where we wanted them at. But in the end, it comes down to those crucial moments, especially in the very beginning. You gotta set the tone. You gotta set your standard, and Ottawa-Glandorf capitalized on a couple of opportunities early, and I mean, that's the name of the game. Get something early and stuff works out for you. So kudos to them. I think the Bryan girls, they played really, really well. Just those first couple of minutes really, really hurt them in the long run. But other than that, they played absolutely amazing.
Again, your final score, OG 2, the Bryan Lady Bears, nothing. And that is the end of our Bryan Lady Bears soccer season. Today's game is brought to us by the Bryan Athletic Boosters, the Bryan Parks and Rec, Northwest State Community College, Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, and the Veteran Services of Williams County. This student-led broadcast by the Golden Bear Sports Network is for the private use of our audience. Any duplication or other use of this broadcast, including descriptions or accounts of the game, without the express written consent of the Bryan City School District is prohibited. For one final time, and it was a pleasure here on the Golden Bear Sports Network with Carter Luce. I'm Mark Rairigh. Again, your final score, OG 2, Bryan nothing. Everybody, have a great night and be safe.